The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys.
Streaming live from Dallas Cowboys training camp
In Oxnard, California.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown.
Parsons has sacked it. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Youmans.
For the first time in the 2025 NFL season, it is a full crew of Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company live from Oxnard, California and the River Ridge Sports Complex. Are we cheersing? Is that what it is? Cheersing the microphone?
Why we can? I mean, once we get back home, we can't do it.
First time we cross mics.
And yet it is because what?
What do you mean? What? We
This
cheers
guy's
all the time.
Listen,
This guy's up.
always.
Wow.
Can't wait to attack the 2025 season with you guys. This is a great way to start it. We've got training camp practice today. The pads are coming back on
Let's
after
go.
a day of shells yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
What's the thing?
Cowboys jacket, Cowboys shirt, Cowboys jacket.
So where you going
What
with
is Isaiah wearing there? What does that say?
Cowboy
he's got.
shorts.
Oh, you got the
Huh?
shorts on.
Cowboy shorts.
Did you just flash our viewers?
I was going to say I didn't know where this was going, but I'm glad it
You guys
ended
get
where
that
it
one
ended.
for free. The next one you got to pay for it.
Glad it ended where it ended. I didn't know where this
He's
was
got
going.
an NFL Network quarter zip on. That's partially why he hasn't been here up until.
Why aren't you
week
wearing
2 of camp.
the pants? The short pantsuit that you were wearing yesterday?
Because I already wore it. Once you wear it, you can't wear it again.
I mean, it can't.
you
You
know,
can't
that's
you
money.
would absolutely
Yeah,
wear it.
that's
again.
money.
Yeah. Once you wear it, huh?
Yeah, can't have money.
He gave it to Beamer. Beamer's wearing it tomorrow.
You
That's what's
recycled it
happening.
already. Beamer's rocking the shorts today.
If only you guys could see Beamer strut right now.
So I
Beamer
have
in
my
the front.
quads out. Is what these guys are referring to. You know, it's the season for quads out. You understand what I'm saying?
Quads out
I
season.
can't really say what I really want to say on this.
Yeah, I
platform.
know. I
But
was like,
it's-
is he going there?
And today was
Gams out.
International No Johnny Bravo Day.
No Johnny Bravo.
No Johnny Bravo. You know who No Johnny
Yeah,
Bravo
oh,
is?
yeah, Johnny Bravo.
Why would it be
Cartoon
No
Network.
Johnny Bravo Day?
That means it's leg day.
That means it's leg day for people at home. Okay, Johnny Bravo was top heavy.
He looks
say
like a
the least.
Whataburger cup.
Can relate.
Yes.
Yeah, got that Whataburger cup build.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
there's a couple people
we did
like
legs
that.
today. 500 yards of lunges today. For those that want to
500
step up, go ahead and
yards.
get it in.
500.
500 yards of lunges.
My goodness,
Absolutely.
that's a lot.
That's right.
Respect.
I refuse. We're not friends anymore.
If the Cowboys are working today,
I respect
we're
that.
working today.
Respectfully decline.
Yeah. All right, the Cowboys.
my
The
man's
Cowboys
getting it in.
are indeed working today,
Yes, they are.
and I want to start by some news and notes from Patrik Walker.
Sure thing.
Because this injury list is starting to grow.
I don't like it.
Exponentially.
Not just grow, but grow concerning at times.
Yeah.
Patrick,
What if we just ignored it? Would it?
It doesn't make it
Lesson?
go away.
it
It does
won't go
not make
away?
it go away. It's not an out of sight, out of mind type deal.
It's a pen throw.
Yeah, guys still gotta get back to the field. Okay, and so it goes. It's not entirely bad. Not great, though. Let's start with the offensive line. Obviously, the worst of them is Rob Jones. Offensive lineman Rob Jones suffered a fracture in his neck. He will be out for 2 to 3 months. Expectation is mid-season, barring any setbacks. Also on the offensive line, Tyler Guyton, as we all know, had the scare with the ACL. It is, in fact, intact. 4 to 6 weeks is the prognosis. However, Shotty got to the podium yesterday and said something very interesting. Said that it could, quote-unquote, be a couple weeks. It just depends on how the knee reacts to the rehab and how aggressively, without forcing a setback, Tyler Guyton attacks his rehab. So, as it stands, there's still a very good chance that Tyler Guyton will be on the field against the Philadelphia Eagles. Terrence Steele battled an high ankle sprain early in practice, but he has returned a few days ago, as a matter of fact. So, again, it's not all bad news. There's some good news.
He hath returned.
Yeah, he did. Running backs room, only one injury to report, which is Deuce Vaughn. He is battling a hamstring injury. Obviously, that is very key for Deuce. This is another training camp in which he's given an opportunity to prove himself on the field, but unfortunately, another training camp in which he is battling injury that is deleting much-needed reps for the young running back in a room that, let's be honest, they're trying to figure out who's going to take the lead and that could be plural. Okay. Tight end room, Brevin Spann-Ford, undisclosed leg injury. He's out for 2 to 3 weeks, so he'll likely miss the entirety of the preseason, but great shot of being back in time to be TE3 and challenge Luke Schoonmaker, who looks great, by the way, for some TE2 snaps. Wide receiver Paris Campbell, undisclosed knee injury, to be determined on him. We haven't gotten a prognosis on Paris Campbell, but I will say it didn't look promising. I'm not going to say it's worst case
Wasn't
scenario.
it an MCL?
If that's what you heard,
I think it was. It
It
may have been unreported, but I think MCL was the rumor at least. It may have been reported.
Listen, Kyle is a credible source. Let's go with MCL on Paris Campbell.
I'm not trying to report anything.
I'll confirm it. As it stands, it is a knee injury.
Okay.
Nonetheless, however you slice it. Timeline for return is TBD. Cornerbacks room, Kalen Carson.
No. Stop it.
Yeah, can't stop it. Cornerbacks room in dire straits, getting more so. Kalen Carson suffered a hyperextended knee. He will miss 4 to 6 weeks. There's a chance he is back for the opener, maybe week 2 home opener against the Giants, but a room that's poor in determined depth gets a bit poor. Shouts out to Kyer Elam. He's taking some strides. Andrew Booth had the best practice of his camp, and in the next practice he left with injury. However, Andrew Booth was back on the field yesterday in shells. I talked to Andrew Booth yesterday, kind of off the record. I asked him how he's feeling. He said he feels great. It was just something that nagged him a little bit. He got it worked out. He said he's a full go. We'll see if that's the case when the pads come back on today. Safety, Wanye Thomas, leg injury. No brace, no device, but he's not returned to practice yet. So I'm not sure if that's a soft tissue injury or whatnot, but would love to see Wanye back out there sooner than later, considering his versatility is on full display, and they're going to need him both as a safety depth piece, but also you see him taking some snaps at nickel corner as well.
So let me just put this way, leading into my next question.
Are you done?
Yes.
You finished
really quickly, they did sign
Are you
Christian.
finished or are you done?
They did sign Christian Matthew. He's reuniting with Matt Eberflus. They spent a short time together in Chicago at cornerback. So there's another body coming in. What does that mean as far as what Matthew can do? We'll see.
There's one for like those 11 or 12 injuries along the way.
We'll see.
But here's the thing. That leads into my next question is we've been through 7 practices, and yet there's a list of 10, 11, 12 players with injuries. An active injury list where guys are not in practice of guys about 8 or 9 guys long. The physicality that Brian Schottenheimer wanted to establish, the physicality that he said this camp was going to be known for, we've seen it. We've seen it with the scuffles. We've seen it with the padded practices. We've seen it with the different drills along the way. Josh, is this still a good thing because of the injuries that are starting to ramp up? I mean, I know you want to be physical. You want it to be a tough training camp to get you ready for the season, but right now with this injury list growing, is the physicality taking a toll?
I think a lot of the rust is falling off. Obviously, whenever you're thudding up, when you're padded up, you're giving yourself an idea of what it's going to be like on the field. Not that these players need a reminder of that, but you need that physicality. You need that mixed with the discipline that Coach Schottenheimer is trying to instill. The more that you're able to do that, the hardened you're going to get on the field. I don't know this from experience. I know Isaiah will have much more insight into this, but when we talked about it, it's like it's such a far cry from what practices used to be when you used to be in pads twice a day. The more you're doing this, the more often you're thudding up. Any closer you get to the simulation of an actual game, the better. These things are going to happen regardless if it's here or during a game. People are going to get hurt. That's the fact of the matter. That's why you have a full roster. That's why you have depth. Honestly, more of it. I don't want the injuries. Obviously, nobody does, but we need more of this physicality.
Why do you feel like it's more of a talking point, Isaiah, now than it was maybe back when you were playing in the league?
The rules have changed. You know, the parameters in which guys are allowed to practice, the team activities have been restricted in terms of the physicality. We used to get physical a lot earlier than what these guys are. OTAs is pretty much a, don't touch me type of situation now. So when you start talking about guys getting calibrated to get ready to play physical, one of the most physically demanding sports in the world, you're asking these guys to do it really at a drop of a hat.
Yeah.
They go from playing in shorts and T-shirts All of a sudden, you show up to camp for a couple of days, doing the same thing, shorts and T-shirts, and then it's like, all right, let's hit. Woo!
Well, and you only have
the body doesn't like that.
It's like you have a certain amount of practices you have to get in. So it's
sure.
full speed.
No, exactly. And they're doing the best they can with the rules and parameters that they have set forth, but it's not the best per se for the players. Even though the rules and parameters that are set forth are for the players, we're starting to see that injuries are appearing across the board. This isn't just a Dallas Cowboys thing. There's a lot of injuries around the league right now.
Thank you for
ACLs galore. I mean, there's always an injury of the year. But the reality is when you start hitting guys, you have to, your body, not only the body parts that you're hitting have to get adapted to it, but your footwork has to get adapted, right? Your leverage, your eyes, everything has to get back calibrated again. And in that calibration process, you have to go through some bumps. And unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys have sustained their number of bumps early on in this process. You're just hopeful, and you understand this as a coach. You understand this as an organization. Injuries are going to happen. It's just a known thing now, which is why you come, and the scouting department has as many guys as they can ready in the chamber because they know somebody's going down. It's just a part of the process.
It's like what Shotty said, and like what you're saying right now, Isaiah. It's about building up calluses right now. And in that calibration, like Stanback said, you're going to have some bumps and bruises. But when you look at some of these injuries, obviously Rob Jones, the fractured bone in his neck, you could attribute that to some physicality. Which football is going to football, right? Tyler Guyton, the reason he's out because his knee got rolled up on. Right. So that's not that's footwork. That's a football injury, but that's not necessarily attributed to physicality. A guy got pushed down and rolled into his knee, things like that. Deuce Vaughn, soft tissue injury, hamstring. He's dealing with that. Wanye Thomas, likely a soft tissue injury. Those things just happen when you're playing football. When it comes to potentially turning down the physicality, I like that the Cowboys are maxing out the physicality within the parameters of the collective bargaining agreement. They're pushing exactly where they need to push, right up against the wall, versus what we've seen in the past, which is a team, and we've seen this as recently as last season, so many extra rest days, but then did that translate into wins? No. Also, did it translate into durability? Hell no. The Cowboys were easily, arguably, the worst or the most injured team, especially at key positions with impact players, of any of the 32 teams in the league. So where did that extra rest translate on the field for the Cowboys? It didn't. They put a lot of guys on injured reserve, arguably. So I like where the Cowboys are. I like what they're doing. And like Isaiah said, this is not exclusive to the Cowboys. Go and look at the injury reports, not injury reports, but go follow the reports coming out of other training camps. There are guys going down left and right at key positions. Yeah, for the year. Cowboys have dodged some very real bullets thus far, because this time last year, we were talking about a guy who tore his ACL doing a non-contact individual drill around a pad, right? So Cowboys, I think they're doing just fine, and they've been
parameters that they're
they've been bitten a little bit, but keep going.
I like the way you mentioned it as building calluses. I like that metaphor, and I'm going to take it a step further, because I think right now you're still doing that and you're able to do that. But when you're building calluses, sometimes if you attack whatever you are doing super quickly and you get into it too quickly, sometimes it turns into a blister. That blister pops. It feels bad for a little bit, and then it calluses over. I think we're in that stage. I think we're in that stage of training camp where we look up and we're seeing these injuries, and it's every day it's one or two guys, and it's happening. And it may be a minor thing. It may be a longer thing, like a Guyton situation where it's 4 to 6 weeks. Again, knock on wood, it hasn't been the severe side of it yet. That would be the blister popping for me, is if there's a severe injury. Right now you've got a blister there. It's there. It's going to be there for a little bit, and it's going to hurt for a little bit because you're missing time in practice. But as long as you keep it from popping and it's fine there for a little bit, it's going to sting, but then it'll callus over, and you're going to be fine from that point forward. And hopefully that'll help you when you get to the season. You've been in training camps with guys that mentored Brian Schottenheimer. Pete Carroll specifically is one that comes to mind, and he's talked a lot about his influence from Pete Carroll and the way that he's kind of been around it. How much have you seen from training camp so far in the weeks that you've been out here that has relayed to what Pete Carroll once did during his time with the Seahawks?
Yeah, it's really, from what I can understand, it's a copy and paste. And that's not something bad. That means that Coach Schottenheimer looks up to Coach Carroll. Coach Carroll has had a lot of success in his career, both at the collegiate and professional ranks. Obviously, he's back in it now with the Raiders. So I would imagine that they're doing very similar things. Yeah, but I mean, it's about energy. It's about competition, real competition. When I say real competition, let's keep it 100. In this professional setting, a lot of times you can do really good things if you're a number 2 or number 3 guy, but it doesn't really matter because you're never going to get that number 1 spot. And you never, even though you might have the best week, they're not going to pat you on your back and say, get in there, go get some reps with the ones, because you're not a 1.
Yeah.
That is changing here with Shotty. If you have a good week and you're competing and doing your job better than somebody else that's ahead of you on the depth chart, that person's coming out, you're going in. So you get paid for doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like you get the gratification of, hey, my hard work is paying off. And that is very important for athletes to know that your work is not going without being noticed. So that's changed around here. The energy level, coaches are jumping around. So yeah, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, but as you create the culture, you create the environment of positivity. You create the environment of you're blessed to do this. You create the environment that you want to be here. And I want to do this. Yeah, my body hurts. Yeah, you're tired. So the heck what? Let's have fun. We're playing a kids game against the best in the world. Let's make the best of this environment.
And to your point, I don't think you were necessarily seeing that over the last 2 seasons. You were seeing guys that were working hard and showing it on the field that weren't necessarily rewarded the very next week after an impressive performance. Yep. There were these arbitrary rules set in. It's like, oh, well, this guy carried the rock for this amount of time, but and you don't have him replicate that success the next week. I don't think that's the case for this team right now. I don't think that's the case for Schottenheimer's staff.
And that really helps your depth chart because I guess I'm alluding to a lot right now. Tyler Booker, right, comes in here, obviously first round pick, all those things. He gets thrusted in with the ones. Tyler Booker had some rough days early on in camp. So what do they do? Tyler Booker, you're out. You're going to the 2s, player. You got to work your way back into it. You don't just receive. Player. You got to have to earn your spot. So hey, I don't remember who took his spot.
Rob Jones.
Yeah, Rob Jones. Yeah, that's right. Rob Jones took a spot. Unfortunately, he's out right now. But Rob Jones came in and was applying pressure. Yeah. But what did you see after practice? Rob Jones working with Tyler Booker. Exactly. This breeds competition. Everybody gets better when it's true competition. One of the reasons why I stepped away from the league is because it started becoming about guys being slotted. It started becoming about relationships with coaches. And if I'm performing better than you, I should get rewarded for that. Yeah. Right? And that wasn't the case. And I was tired of it. I got to the point where I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter what I do anymore because I'm never going to get that spot. Yeah. Right? I don't have that paycheck. I'm not getting that spot.
That draft so what the pick.
Heck, what's the point of doing it? Yeah. Right? So what's the point? That's not the case here. And that trickles all the way down to the lowest man on the totem pole. And that creates this culture of everybody can get it. Everybody can contribute. If you're doing something positive, we will see you, and we will put you in a position to help this team be successful.
And to that point, it is, in fact, permeating throughout the locker room already. When you hear guys like Donovan Ezraku, a rookie, who has no knowledge of the league until this training camp, comes in and starts talking about how he's going toe-for-toe verbally and on the field with Dante Fowler. The defensive ends room, they've established a point system, and he and Dante on a couple plays, they're challenging each other who's going to get to the quarterback first. And Ezraku got to the quarterback first on one particular play in a 2-minute drill, looked at Dante and said, where you at? I asked Dante about it yesterday. He smiled and said, young guys got some gas behind them, but guess what? I'm coming as well. And then they both are, after that, they say the same thing, which is this defensive end room can be special. Why? Because every single guy, they believe every single guy can get after the opposing quarterback. So not only do you have that heightened level of competition that this coaching staff and this culture has started to establish, but you also have the camaraderie between guys. You talk about Rob Jones, right? You talk about Rob Jones in the moment getting first team reps over the rookie first round pick, but then guess what? Like Isaiah said, after practice, what's Rob Jones doing? He's tutoring Tyler Booker,
the person he's competing with.
Right. So that's what you're seeing. So it does trickle down. It's starting at the top with Schottenheimer, going throughout his assistant coaching staff and his coordinators, and it's being felt in the locker room. I love it.
There's a couple things that we have to hit when we get into the position battles and the way that it works. That's one thing that has stuck out to me in this camp is that you haven't seen in the past. You've seen guys work with guys, but the fact that they're directly competing for the same job and they're still out there working with each other. I know we've mentioned it a couple times, and
it's important.
That is a huge thing. That's the culture that Brian Schottenheimer is talking about. Yeah. That is the example of what that means to be a true teammate and to be in that situation.
That's camaraderie building, 100%.
Absolutely. And that's the type of stuff. It's not just the energy and the fun that they have in the pads and the props and stuff like that. That is the culture, is what he's doing there. And it's unfortunate that
it's all
ended
for
up
the
in
team.
an injury.
And I know we got to go to break, but real quick, where that shows up is I now can cheer for no C. If I'm gassed in a game, right, and I'm Dante Fowler Jr. and there's a big third down that's coming up, and I'm absolutely
can't
gassed.
get it,
and I'm like, you know what, I can stay in here, right, because I really don't have faith in a guy that's gonna come in and do it, come in behind me to make the play. So I'm gonna stay in here and I'm gonna give it my best, but I know my best isn't gonna do it. Guess what? I'm now more apt and willing to tap myself out the game, to let my guy Donovan Ezraku get in the game and go make the play. And I can say, give him a high five on the way by him, like, hey, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're talking about. Instead of guys then being selfish and just trying to stay in there, because guess what? Yeah, those other guys never really got the reps, or I don't believe in those guys. Now I'm willing to step out, right, and let somebody else go get it.
Or I need a new contract. Like Dante, he's on a 1-year deal.
It's all about winning.
Here coaching guys up.
All about winning. And, hey, that might be the situation in the running back room as well. When we come back, offensive line affecting the running back room with all these injuries. And is anybody sticking out of that group by committee, that running back room by committee? More Talking Cowboys right after this.
AT&T has a new guarantee, because most things in life are not guaranteed, like getting through self-checkout by yourself.
Warning, each item must be placed in the bagging area.
Not guaranteed.
Place item in the bagging area. Place item in the bagging area.
You know what AT&T guarantees? Connectivity you depend on, deals you want, and service you deserve. Or we make it right. Terms and conditions apply. Visit att.com/guarantee for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys live from the River Ridge Soccer Complex, Sports Complex. It's all of it together.
Talking Cowboys Complex right now.
You're darn right it is.
Darn tootin'.
It's training camp 2025. Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez with Chris Beam running the whole show in the front. I'm Kyle Youmans. Running backs. This running back battle has been
spicy.
Definitely something to watch.
It's heating up.
Is it heating up?
It is.
I want to get to that in a second.
It is.
Okay. Is the offensive line and the rotation that we've seen and the injuries that have started to stack up, Josh, on this offensive line, is that something that's affecting just how much that running back competition can heat up at training camp?
Of course it is. I mean, you have to take into account the chemistry of the offensive line feeding into the success of the running backs, but something that I really, really enjoyed on Girls Talk, Boys Talk this morning when they were talking about the running back by committee approach is that it doesn't necessarily feel like a committee, it feels more like a collective. And when the running backs are able to sort of spell in for each other, they all have juice in one form or another. Like at this point in time, it could change from today till the start of preseason to the start of the regular season. But right now, from what I'm seeing, every single guy is contributing in a big way. It sucks to see Deuce Vaughn right now dealing with that hamstring injury. He's not been able to be in on it. But when he is out there on that field, you're getting juice from Deuce Vaughn. You're getting juice from every single one of these guys. If you had to ask me right now who's starting, I think it's Javonte Williams, and I genuinely think that.
Oh, see, that's interesting. That's going to be a fun thing.
But hear me out.
Because I bet you are like as a group of four. I bet you all our answers are different.
Well, here's my full answer.
Or maybe not all of them, but they're going to be different ones.
My full answer is that it's Javonte Williams. He has the most juice right now, currently. Like I said, that can change. And then Jaden Blue is your receiving sort of third down threat, in my opinion. And then if you're thinking in terms of like how the Lions were treating David Montgomery, like I think Miles Sanders is your kind of like second half bell cow. You know, he's that kind of those fresh legs to come in and get you some crucial first downs. I think if you're that's just a scenario that I've kind of cooked up just from watching these guys here. And I don't think that Miles Sanders like doesn't have juice. It's just a matter of the fact of seeing him with fresh legs, you know, in the second half of a game. I think that's kind of where you want to see him. But it could change, man. It really can.
Who would be your starter right now?
You know, coming into camp, I am on record as saying that Javonte Williams likely had a slight, and I do mean a slight lead.
Close on that.
But now, as we go into this next padded practice, I think Miles Sanders has the slight lead.
I think so too.
I think it's Miles Sanders. So for me, right now, it's Miles Sanders, because what I've seen from Miles Sanders also that's impressed me is obviously we've watched him in his time with the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know that he's ever been, or that I've ever noticed as much as I'm noticing now, he's more physical than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
He definitely has the ability to do the dirty work and the heavy lifting in those dirty gaps.
To your point, though, he's a vet at this point. I think he has to be a little more physical than we've seen him in the past. I think that's why you're seeing that now.
Fair. So
hence the second half sort of
so to that point, take week 1, for example, against the Philadelphia Eagles. I specifically asked Shotty, with you having questions at left tackle, how do you balance giving trust to your left tackle against that defensive front in Philadelphia versus scheming for it? And one of the answers he said was, against an elite defensive front and defensive tackles, what do? You pound the damn ball and you show it up there blank, right? I think Miles Sanders would give you a little bit more edge in doing that than Javonte Williams would. Not to say that Javonte can't, but again, it just feels like Miles is more prepared to take that load, take on that load up front. So for me, it would be Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, and then Jaden Blue. I do agree with you there. Jaden Blue is really taking advantage of those added reps that would be split between he and Deuce Vaughn.
Absolutely.
Which is why it's critical that Deuce Vaughn get back to the field sooner than later.
Oh, guys.
Come on, Zay.
First of all, let me be on record stating that there's not a drastic difference between these guys.
I agree. That's why we keep saying
they're all giving you enough.
Slight. Let me start by that. Yeah. Also, let me start by stating running back by committee is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason.
Can be a bad thing.
I don't see it that way.
Last year was a bad thing.
I don't like it.
I don't see it that way.
Last year was a bad thing.
No, sir.
I
don't like it.
I'm on record for a very long time stating that if the offensive line is taking care of their business,
yes, you are.
It doesn't really matter who's toting the rock in the NFL.
Run those draft receipts
because
back.
they are all capable of producing, right? What is the difference maker? Okay, let's get into that. The difference usually comes into, are you protecting the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Number one.
Okay,
protect the ball. Number 2, are you able to generate splash plays?
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, can you pass block? Those are the 3 things
that
really differentiate one player from the next. Okay, so now let's go to the guys that we're talking about.
Okay.
Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, they're very similar to me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, in terms of who has more juice from what I've seen at camp, I think Williams is significantly quicker than I gave him credit for prior to coming into camp.
Okay.
He has more burst and more explosiveness than I assumed that he had.
Okay.
So for me, I put him ahead of Sanders from that regard.
Okay.
I think that he has more speed and acceleration and the ability to get up to top speed more than Miles Sanders does right now.
Interesting, because I think I would say the opposite.
That's why we have 4 different eyes here.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's close. I mean, it's not like it's head and shoulders.
It's not a 4-5 versus a 4-3, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about just from what I'm seeing when Javonte Williams hits a hole, he gets through there and you can see the acceleration at the next level. That's what I see. In terms of who has the best vision, Jaden Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blue has had the best vision to me out of everybody. Now, I know everybody talks about his speed a lot of times.
I know where you're going.
I honestly haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I've seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen it.
I'm looking forward to seeing it in the preseason.
CD has seen it too.
CD's seen it too. I heard CD. Yeah.
CD
I'm looking forward
it
to seeing it in the preseason.
I don't think we have seen it fully uncorked yet out here.
I
And we
don't
may
think
not. That's the thing about these training camp practices,
Hopefully
too.
Tuesday.
Maybe Tuesday.
I think the play that I've really seen it was the deep play, one-handed go route. Well, I don't know, was it goal or wheel? I don't know.
Toting the rock. I'm talking about toting the rock.
Yeah, in the
but in
receiving
terms
game's
of
a little
vision,
different.
his vision and his patience at the line of scrimmage is pretty doggone good for a young guy, man.
Runs behind his pads.
He runs behind his pads, but
scheme.
he'll put his foot in the ground. He'll jump a hole. Boom. He'll accelerate. That's what you really need in this scheme that we're running, right? This zone scheme type of offense. There's a lot of wait and see. You guys remember the old school Broncos with Terrell Davis? There was a lot of wait and see. Press. One cut, get vertical, right? Press. Make one guy miss, get vertical. Like a lot of that's typically what we're going to see. It's going to be a slower, methodical type of offense. That's my expectation of this offense. And then you have the splash plays in the second half of running, and in the second half in running game, and then obviously in the play action.
So my question to you, Zay, because one of the tenets, you're right, the 3 tenets for running back. One of the tenets was protect the ball.
Yes.
Where are you with Jayden Blue right now? No, he's not putting it on the ground in camp, but that was a red flag for him coming into the league. Where's your comfort level with him right now on that?
I haven't seen it on the ground, so I guess my comfort level is high at this point. But again,
how many padded practices?
Wait till Tuesday.
What was that?
How many padded practices? This is going to be okay. So this will be number 3.
This will be 3.
This is number 3.
Yeah.
And
I mean, but they've
been this is not. This is
football.
not to knock Jayden Blue at all. I do see the progression as far as protecting the ball.
It's different mentally, though.
Yeah. The question will be, how does that translate to the Eagles doing it and the defensive line of the Giants doing it? So that's what I mean.
It's a different mindset when you know that you're not going to the ground intentionally. When you know that you're not intentionally going to the ground. Now, guys are ending up on the ground. Obviously, it's football, and you're trying to stay up, but feet get tangled. Tuesday, I don't think that the other team's necessarily going to care much about that.
The Rams don't care.
So I think you'll get a better sense once that competitive level steps up.
What it'll look like.
What it really looks like as a game.
Yeah, as it stands, Jayden Blue he's on my roster. He's on my active 53. I just need to see him consistently protect the ball as he's been doing in camp.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it, and he's gonna push Sanders and Williams.
How many tailbacks are you keeping?
Is that group of 3 it? Is that group
that's
of 3?
my 3 active.
Williams, Sanders, Blue.
That's my 3 on the active roster.
It's pretty much over by that point.
I think they're going to try to force the hand of Lipke. I think they're going to try to find a way to get Lipke.
I'm not necessarily counting Lipke
I don't count him in the running backs conversation. As far as active
I would throw
roster
him
is
as
concerned,
like a tight
it's 3, and then my fullback.
I know he's not a tight end.
He's a
I'm not
quasi.
saying he's
like I said, I believe that they're going to try to.
Hunter makes the roster. We're not talking about Hunter in my perspective though. He's going to make the roster. So when I say I'm carrying 3 running backs right now, I'm not talking about Hunter because he's going to make the roster as like a standalone.
Yeah.
He's his own island. You know what I mean?
And guys like Phil Maffa and Deuce Vaughn are destined to be a
we'll see in the
practice
preseason.
squad, possibly.
These guys are going to get a lot of opportunities at the running back position in the preseason.
Well, that's the thing. We're still 10 days away from preseason game number 1.
We can have our opinions today.
A long way to go.
At that position group,
we
won't know a lot until the game starts.
I'm looking forward to seeing Maffa do some bruise work. He's going to be a bruiser in the preseason, I believe. So.
There's just so many names. I think you're
competitive room.
It is a competitive room, and like I said,
in limited spots.
What I really liked was running back by not committee but collective. I think it's something to watch, obviously, but I think we're really going to get some answers in the preseason. I really do.
And don't forget, Kevontae Turpin is in the mix also.
Yeah.
As far as being utilized as a running back.
But he's going to make the roster as a wide receiver.
Yeah, we're not talking
he's
about
going to be one of the 6
I mean, as far as because
receivers.
he's getting some reps, so the reps that they give Kevontae gets removed from the other running back, so that means you really need to take advantage of him.
Every single one.
I'm on record just as much as you guys were talking about earlier. I'm on record. I hate running back by committee. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like it.
How many teams don't have that?
That's the thing is it's rare to not have it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's rare to have. Yeah, to have a bell cow that you can rely on.
It's not the NFL anymore.
But you don't have that. And so you got to make what's due. But you want one of these guys to emerge.
Absolutely.
You don't want all 3 guys to just be kumbaya all year long because they're all going to have 600 yards.
I don't mind that.
I would
truly
rather
don't.
have a guy.
I would rather have a
guy.
Listen, as long as the offense is consistently getting 4 yards a pop, I am okay. I don't give a doggone who has it in their hands. As long as they're not putting it on the ground, and as long as they have an occasional 2 or 3 splash plays out of that position group, on the field, I don't care who it comes from. I truly don't.
See, but that's like magical world that doesn't exist.
Narnia.
If all three guys
Narnia,
are doing
if
that,
you will.
then that means you have the perfect running
O-line.
back situation.
O-line.
Somebody's going to fall short, and somebody's going to step ahead.
Which is what I was going to
That's
say.
plain and simple
I will
what's
see
going
that
to
point,
happen.
and I'll raise you the following point. Ride the hot hand, whoever that might be. The problem with last year and the way we're talking about on record. I'm on record. I hate the committee approach.
You said ride the hot hand.
Whoever
emerges
as the
from
hot
the
hand, whether it be week 1, week 2, you ride that. Because if you look at last season, the reason it took them so long for Rico Dowdle to really start becoming that lead back was because they stuck to the archetype that they had already pre-established before they went into the season. But when Rico was the only one really showing the juice, that was the hot hand at the time. Had you continued to ride Rico, what does this rushing attack look like over the totality of last year if you didn't strap him, if you didn't handcuff him because you were saying, oh, it's committee. You look at these guys, and I like the word collective. You look at them as a collective, and you say, Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, assuming this is the 3 that make the active roster, not counting Hunter Lipke. Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, Jayden Blue. You say, go out there, and whoever has the best game today has the best shot of starting next week. And then rinse and repeat until that person, if that player cools down, if that player starts to cool down.
Whoever stays the most consistent.
That's a collective.
During that time.
Collective. Yeah, I'm with collective.
Committee, collective?
No.
Isn't that
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but let me just say this. Running back by committee has given us a sour taste over the past 3 seasons, right? We haven't had that guy considerably in the last 3 seasons. When other teams do it, there is more of a cohesive understanding of one running back over the others taking the ball.
That's what I like.
That's what I like.
That's what
I don't like what we've been given in the running back by committee approach
like.
over the last 3 years.
That's what I like.
We have to change that, and I think this coaching staff is doing that now.
The Zeke Pollard dynamic was very effective.
Yeah.
With a change of pace back as RB3.
We haven't had that, though. Haven't had that.
I don't like C words.
I'm just that's what it is. It's committee.
I don't like C
And
words.
with that.
All right. When we come back, I've got some stock up, stock down for the guys here. I'm going to give you a topic, whether it's a staff or an individual or a unit, and you're going to tell me if the stock is pointing up or if the stock is pointing down. We got some guys to talk about here. When we come back with more Talkin Cowboys right after this.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag & Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment built to tackle any challenge on and off the field. Legendary John Deere tractors, combines, residential mowers, commercial mowers, compact construction equipment, Gator utility vehicles, and a full line of golf and sports turf equipment. United Ag & Turf, the official Ag & Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com to find a location near you.
As America's leading business lender, Bank of America is on your corner and in your corner. With over $9 billion in business loans and more than 140 business specialists right here in North Texas, we help businesses thrive so communities prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
AT&T has a new guarantee because most things in life are not guaranteed, like getting through self-checkout by yourself.
Warning, each item must be placed in the bagging area.
Not guaranteed.
Place item in the bagging area. Place item in the bagging area.
You know what AT&T guarantees? Connectivity you depend on, deals you want, and service you deserve. Or we make it right. Terms and conditions apply. Visit att.com/guarantee for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
This segment is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. It's also brought to you by the Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan. We are at that point in the season where there's some Fan of the Year, little Captain Morgan,
Beamer
Chris
with the
Beam.
Captain
I wish we had a
Morgan.
camera. We need a beam cam.
Beamer got
out
Charles
here.
Haley pose right now.
That's
The live beam
that's
cam.
the
You
next
got
thing,
beam
the beam cam. We're going to put it up on social afterwards. Very nice.
It's the head shake.
Presented by Captain Morgan. Trying to do a little Photoshop.
A little AI.
There. Yeah, there you go. A little chat GPT.
You look like Johnny Bravo after I'm done with you.
Oh, no.
All right.
Never skip leg day.
Stock up, stock down, gentlemen. Cowboys have gone through 7 practices. 2 of those padded. We will have practice number
Just
8.
7? That's it?
7 practices.
Wow.
Going into practice number 8 today. And this
Groundhog
will be
Day over here.
practice number 3 in pads. I'm going to do a little stock up, stock down. And at the end, I want you guys to throw in a couple names that you're saying stock up or stock down.
Okay.
But I'm going to start with 3 topics here.
Okay.
That since the start of training camp, this is the direction they've been heading. I'm going to start with the overarching one. Brian Schottenheimer, stock up or stock down?
Stock up.
Okay. Why is that?
Everything that he was saying over the course of the offseason, we're seeing it put into play on the practice field. One thing he didn't mention in the offseason was the type of disciplinarian that he would be, but we're seeing his late great father Marty being channeled through. Example, yesterday the guys got into a skirmish 2 or 3 times. With 15 minutes left in practice, Schottenheimer killed practice, said, oh, you guys want to fight? Then let's fight. Made everybody, from franchise players to the 90th man on the roster, line up and run sideline to sideline for the remaining 15 minutes before then giving them an earful on why he's not going to accept that.
Yeah.
We're starting to see Shotty is not simply a great communicator and a players type coach, but he's that same players coach that'll look the player in the face and tell him straight up when you're messing up. And then make him accountable and penalize him for it. So for me, it's stock up. I see everything translating so far. Again, we'll see how it happens when you play the Eagles and the Giants and the Commanders and all these other teams. Time will tell. But as it stands, I like this hard-nosed Marty Ball type feel that I'm seeing out here.
You could have done that run yesterday.
The back and forth?
Yeah.
It wasn't really gassers, was it?
No, it wasn't gassers.
It was not
running,
gassers.
but it wasn't gassers.
They were yogging.
They were just getting there and getting back. There were no timers
Soft
or
tissue.
anything on it. Maybe that's the next
Soft
step,
tissue.
though. Maybe that's the next step. Is it's like,
Bear
okay,
crawl
here's the
next
warning shot.
Bear crawl.
I like that. Maybe. Ooh.
Get on the ground.
Sideline to sideline.
Roll across
get
the
on all
field, get up,
fours
run a
and-
106.
Yeah, that roll. Yeah,
Pain. I'm sorry. Now,
Maybe next time they must discipline them.
That's
That's
the
call
thing.
me in.
Yeah,
seriously.
Call me in. I'll take care of it.
Traumatic.
Look like one of those
emotional
boot camps.
damage.
All right, stock up,
flashback
stock down.
from
You
high
guys
school.
agree? Stock up
Yeah,
for
ditto.
Shotty? Okay.
Ditto. I'm going to give Brian Schottenheimer stock up, but like a cryptocurrency, because it's not real yet, boys.
Oh!
You know what I'm saying? Like it's going up steadily. It's like my Bitcoin right now, where it's kind of like
you
it's
got
steady
Crypto
going up.
community
How many
is
of those
really
you
about
got?
to
Yo,
come
you
for
got, huh, buddy?
But it ain't real
Bro,
because
crypto
we haven't
community
played
is
a
about to be at
football
his
game
neck.
yet, man. Once we are playing football games, once it is real, the statistics are real, all of those things happen, then I can actually take that money out
But
and
we're
start
talking about right
using
now,
it.
to this point.
Like I said, it's stock up,
Can I
but
get
it
a
ain't
quarter
real.
of one? Can I
Yeah.
get a quarter of one of your Bitcoins?
A quarter of one, a 0.2222515. Yeah,
I'll take that.
that's my Bitcoin situation right now.
I want mine equivalent to
It ain't
pi.
great.
I
It's
want
going up there.
3.1.
It's going up.
What's next, Kyle?
But I can't use it yet.
Offensive line, stock up or stock down from the beginning of camp, because I have a couple different. There's a different few folds to this. Go ahead and give me your answer,
Down.
Isaiah. Stock down.
Stock down.
Yeah.
Reasons being the injuries sustained. And also, I have not seen the dominance that I was hoping to see as a collective unit.
Okay.
Unit.
Not a
that means
committee?
more than one person. Collective unit up
You
front.
can't do offensive line by committee. Come on, buddy.
I heard the snort.
Some teams do.
Kyle's just
I'm so done with
There's
that.
there's that C word
It's the same
again.
thing. Anyways, continue.
I'm going stock down because of injuries. Like you said, Terrence Steele missed some practices because of injury. He's back, but he wasn't out there for a couple. Tyler Guyton, he goes down with injury. Now you're trying to figure out left tackle. Rob Jones was showing you some things. Now he's out for 2 to 3 months with the fracture in his neck. I mean, what you're seeing right now is Cooper Beebe be consistent and improve. You're seeing Tyler Smith still very much be Tyler Smith. Tyler Booker is flashing, but like you said, there were things he struggled with in the beginning, which is why he went down to second team. So other than Cooper Beebe and Tyler Smith, those are my 2 positives. The other 3 positions between injuries and flux, it's stock down at the moment.
It's funny because I would say, Josh, my confidence in the depth of the offensive line has gone up. But the fact that you're having to use it so quickly is going the overarching stock is going down. I like what we've seen from Nate Thomas.
Yep.
I think he's stepped into a left tackle role yesterday and played well. I'm excited to see what he does with the pads on today. I think that's going to be a big step forward. I like what we've seen from guys like Bass and Hoffman. That's genuinely what we've seen.
You know where I saw Bass at the other day?
At right tackle. Not at the guard spot. He was at right tackle.
A name you didn't mention, which I'm curious about, I guess your evaluation so far is Austin Richards.
Yeah, I think Richards has had a decent camp. He's not perfect.
He's not perfect.
And I think there's growing that's still happening there, but they've put him at left tackle too, and I think he's done well.
Are you giving not Awesome, but the other left tackle,
Nate Thomas?
Are you giving him the edge over Awesome right now?
At the moment, they are. I would have started Awesome first and seen what he did, but now I get why. I mean, I saw he had a great practice yesterday. No pats. Still had a good practice. I want to see what it is today, and then I'll give you a better answer of that. But I like what we've seen from the depth so far.
So you're up.
It's the depth, but I also don't like what we've seen from 2 first-round picks.
So you're down.
And your right tackle. So I'm down overall.
Okay.
Down overall, but the depth I like a little bit better.
The stock is down, but
if you were to tell me that it was up because of the depth, I don't think I would argue with you, but I'm still down.
Stock is down, but I'm definitely holding on the offensive line.
Okay.
You have to hold out hope for this one.
Yeah.
If you actually have stock in this, it's down, but you're not panicking yet.
It's kind of the running back position. Same thing. You're holding out till after
Back to the
preseason.
running back position.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's kind of like that.
Yep.
Let's say defensive line, not
You
edge
gotta break that
rushers.
up.
You got to break it out, man.
You got to break.
Come on.
You got
Interior versus.
Yeah, you got to pop those.
Are
apart.
you see? And that's what's going to make it tough.
No,
I'm trying to make it tough on you. It's like training.
You got to
camp.
pop those
I'm trying to
apart.
massage those brain muscles a little bit. We're trying to get you going. It is combined. Defensive line. Up or down? What are you thinking?
Go ahead, Zach.
I'm going up.
Okay.
I'm going up. I like what I've seen in terms of the schemes and the positional flex that this defensive line room collectively presents for Matt Eberflus. And he is in his bag. I'm not going to say all the things that I'm seeing because I think some of these things he wants to keep tight to his chest. But he is playing around with every defensive look that you can ever imagine. He's playing around with all the different personnel groupings within those schemes that you can ever imagine. Because of this competition word that we keep talking about, there's going to be plenty of guys that are going to be collectively making an impact on that defensive front.
I do like the competition as a C word. I agree with Zay. I'm going with stock up. That's what I was going to lead with. And I'm going to say stock up because though there are some question marks at nose tackle, what are they doing with Mozzie Smith? What does that latest version of the experiment look like? I like what I'm seeing from Solomon Thomas. I love what I'm seeing from Osa. You're getting the Osa of prime Osa, it looks like. Jay Toia pleasantly surprised me yesterday by being awarded some first-team reps, so there's some progress there.
You know
I think
who he reminds me of in terms of just looks?
Vita Vea?
Nope.
I wanted you to say Vita.
I want him to put a visor on. If you put a visor on, maybe you would know.
Reflective?
Nope, dark.
NFC East guy?
NFC North.
Green Bay.
Yep. Gilbert Brown.
Yeah, there it is.
I looked up and I was like, is that – oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I see where you were going with that.
You think so?
Oh, he puts a black visor on, he's Gilbert Brown.
I see where you were going with that.
Yeah.
But so there are question marks. Yeah. No, you're right, though. So there are question marks on the defensive tackle. There are at least some positives there. And then when you look at the defensive end group, you could not be more up.
Yep.
You could not be more up. So as a whole –
I mean, you could be. There could be a guy named Micah Parsons out there.
Oh, I'm factoring Micah in.
That would be more up.
He'll be there shortly. I'm factoring Micah in. You could not be more up with this defensive end room. So, if anything, the DEs are carrying this grade. But there are some positives mixed in with some of the concerns at DT.
You got to love what Solomon Thomas is doing so far. You got to love what you see from Osa and the depth behind it. I mean, like you said, Jay Toia is doing an impressive job out there with the twos and, like you said, getting reps with the ones as well. Other than that, the defensive ends are doing excellent. Like, you have to love the depth that you have there. Easy is just a monster. He's getting in people's business.
Did you see Osa smirk?
It's almost offensive what he's doing.
Osa smirk?
I saw Osa smirk. You have to love it. There is a big question mark for me at defensive tackle, but so far so good as far as defensive line goes as a whole. Stock is way up on defensive line.
And really quickly, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Perion Winfrey he's standing out. I'm not going to say he's out there, taking over, but he's standing out. So that goes to the DT equation.
I saw Tyrus Wheat blowing a dude up yesterday.
Oh, don't sleep on
Wheat's a beast. Wheat's consistent.
Yeah. Zay and I have
every preseason. I talk about Wheat.
Zay and I have agreed when it comes to Wheat. Yeah. Wheat's a sleeper.
When you see that 91 out there, he game wrecks in the preseason.
Yeah. You know what position he plays? Defensive end.
What do you know?
Anybody y'all want to throw out there? Stock up, stock down.
Kyer Elam, stock up.
That's a big stock.
And I'm going to leave it there.
What about Joe Milton? Stock up, stock down.
Down.
I think so too.
Stock down on Joe Milton.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why, but we don't have time.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
Real quick.
But are you looking forward to seeing him in the preseason?
Absolutely.
No, we're going to see a lot.
Yeah, we're going to see a ton of Milton, and he has a chance to turn his stock around.
But if your stock's down, I mean, you're just like, okay, well then,
No.
Wash your hands. Don't wash your hands.
It can get back up.
It's the stock market. In an instant, it can explode up.
He's going to be here.
Yeah. Absolutely. They've invested. Anybody else? Names, go.
Receivers?
Yeah.
Receiver room?
Stock up, stock down.
Tolbert? What's y'all's thoughts?
Mingo
down.
I said Mingo's up.
Down.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Practice squad.
Trayshawn Holden is up after yesterday.
Trayshawn Holden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who you about to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's had a good camp so far.
I'm dead serious. Practice squad stock up because you're seeing some guys step up here. Yeah. And we've talked about it even in last seasons where it's like when you needed receivers to step up to that wide receiver 3 position last year, it wasn't really – I mean, it happened in spurts. One guy would have a day, another guy would have a day. Trayshawn Holden has been very consistent so far. I like – watching him whenever I get out there, I kind of look for his number. And even Ryan Flanoy.
Yep.
I like what you're seeing from him so far.
I'm mad at him.
Just building on top of it.
We got to change his number.
We got to go. We got to go.
God.
Beamer's going to start unplugging microphones if we're not careful.
Beamer's also going to start blocking the spam bot.
We also forgot to give our comment of the day. Jeremy said Isaiah hitting the punching bag was crazy weak. Not going to lie. ...
Crazy weak.
Crazy
Sounds like
weak.
a pull-up.
Crazy weak.
Crazy
week.
All right, for Isaiah Stanback,
W-E-A-K?
Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, I'm Kyle Youmans. Chris Beam in the back with more Talkin Cowboys coming up on Monday. We'll see you from Oxnard, California next week.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?